of Alex Preddy is more than just a headline. It's one of the defining images of the second Trump administration, and will define it just as Charlottesville or January 6th did the first Trump administration. Politically, it's already changed the national landscape. Here are 3 different ways that Democrats have responded to Saturday's killing and have tried to match the public outcry. First off, Democrats are turning up the heat in Capitol Hill. More and more congressional Democrats are willing to risk a government shutdown over ICE funding. Now, this is new. We knew that there was going to be a congressional funding deadline, but up until this point, there really hadn't been an appetite among Senate Democrats in particular to have a fight over ICE funding or DHS funding. All that's changed since Saturday. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer said that he finds the events in Minneapolis appalling, and he thinks Republicans should come back to the negotiating table even if it risks a shutdown. The second place we're seeing Democrats change in reaction to Saturday's killing is on the campaign trail. Now, originally, abolish ICE was something you only really heard from progressives, but increasingly, as abolish ICE changes in public opinion, you're seeing more and more mainstream Democrats also embrace the phrase. Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona said that he feels that Trump's ICE needs to be totally torn down. I also saw Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker say that he wants to abolish Trump's ICE. That all shows a Democratic Party that's increasingly willing to push back against Trump's ICE forces. The third way that Democrats are pushing back against the White House in reaction to Saturday's killing is by the increasing calls to impeach DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. 8 more Democrats have signed up to the impeachment efforts against Noem just since Saturday alone. Democrats have found their villain in Secretary Noem because in her statements in reaction to both killings of anti-ICE protesters in Minneapolis, not only did she seem to mischaracterize the events on the ground, but she also inflamed tensions.
I recently wrote this article reporting on how specific kinds of left and right-leaning content have been spreading online since Renee Good's shooting by an ICE agent this month. One trend continues to jump out even after the killing of Alex Preddy this weekend. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, it's likely you might be seeing more organic, left-leaning, anti-ICE content like this. And if you're on X, Twitter, or Facebook, you're probably going to be seeing a lot more right-leaning, ICE-friendly content shared by influencers like this. It's being shared by the many right-wing content creators and influencers on the ground in Minneapolis, and pro-Trump creators are amplifying it from beyond. And we looked at data that backs this up. According to tracking from the firm Magnitude Media, left-leaning immigration and ICE-related content was most engaged with on TikTok and Instagram. For right-leaning content, that was Twitter and Facebook. And that difference can shape your understanding of reality and what's happening in the country right now.
All right. Yo, this all came about one time when I was on a plane going back to Los Angeles, coming from somewhere else. And I sat next to this lady and she was telling me some things, you know. I don't remember it verbatim, but I do remember some of the things she said. And it was like this. She said, life as we know it is about to change. I smell it within the air, the weather is getting strange. Drugged up, sedated, and numb from the pain. The sickness in America has spread to her brain. She is no longer fit to make good decisions. She is completely blind and void of any vision. She parties hard and she keeps her conscious mind in prison. Therefore, she's headed for the ultimate collision. She can no longer hide the scars on her face. The innocence now gone is hard to replace. She has no shame, no remorse, or any grace. She embraces the devil and she hates over race. Miss America, the beautiful, the free, falling within the cracks, I wish that you can see. She buried her misery within society. It's obvious you have no regard for me. That's why you caught up in the belly of America, lost in the stomach of America, broken down in the bowels of America, sinking in the garbage of America, stuck in the brain of America, suffering in the body of America, lying in the wicked spirit of America, dying in the old soul of America. Miss America, you've been a very bad girl. You nearly disgraced humanity in the eyes of the world. Vanity has took you over, you're not deserving. The mirror image of your reflection is quite disturbing. She makes so many promises she couldn't keep. She neglected to mother her young, so they don't sleep. They scream out for justice, and then they weep. We're not to blame, Miss America, it's what you reap. The audacity of your inventions to rule us all. The tragedy of your intentions to fool us all. You should've gave into nature and to the laws. falls, it's only a matter of time before you fall. The things you should have worked out in your first colony, took some of your own advice and your psychology. You've destroyed all morale and the ecology. I'm sorry, but I don't accept your apology. I'm caught up in the belly of America, lost in the stomach of America, broken down in the bowels of America, sinking in the garbage of America, stuck in the brain of America, suffering in the body of America, lying in the wicked spirit of America, dying in the old soul of America. Oh, Miss America, so much attractions, has yet to take responsibility for her actions. We work around within the system and make adaptions so you can let freedom ring within your faction. How can people still be hungry when there's a surplus? Suffering within your home, you've made them worthless. Damn near police the state and make us nervous, even though some conform and join your service. Your presidency's the biggest joke, but where the laugh? I always smell the gun smoke on your behalf. I think I should send a telegraph to your staff. America, you're down and dirty, you need a bath. So tell your secret agents don't be paranoid. This wasn't taught by Socrates or Sigmund Freud. This is simply God's work you can't avoid. Every nation ever built has been destroyed, cause we caught up in the belly of America, lost in the stomach of America, broken down in the bowels of America, sinking in the garbage of America, stuck in the brain of America, suffering in the body of America, trying in the good old spirit of America, dying in the old soul of